Hello guys and welcome to Tech and Tonic. You are listening to the first ever Tech and Tonic. Not first ever lah, this is the first ever for the year 2021, which is our season 2 of the Tech and Tonic podcast. Yay!
Yep, we're back.
We're back. And no, we didn't come back in the first week of January because... why?
Because we needed a break.
Yeah,
and
we do,
things
right?
Things were going on too fast behind the scenes.
Yes, on that subject, CES is happening, okay, and it started from the end of the first week of January, and it's still going on. There's like announcements happening left and right every day. Like we cannot keep up.
While it wasn't physical, it was a digital event.
Yes,
happened last week. Announcements are still coming out. So we had announcements the week before this during CES, and even today we're still getting announcements tagged with CES. So
so technically CES has sort of ended, okay, but the announcements are still coming in. We've had announcements from basically everyone, right? Everyone has actually came out to CES and play. But the beauty of it is because it's a virtual event, everyone can attend it. Like virtually everyone can see what's happening.
Yep. And we also had a lot of announcements. We are still covering the announcements on the website. So head down to the website to get the latest.
Yeah, there's still a lot of things happening and we're still updating. We're doing our best to keep up with the news and bringing them out to you in a timely fashion. Okay, that's the kind of thing that I've learned to say because I've been playing Animal Crossing's New Horizon.
Yeah.
Well, but anyway,
I think one of the biggest things that isn't CS related that happened last week was Trump adding Xiaomi to the ban list.
Okay, so we're gonna move into that anyway, right? But yes, Xiaomi is now under the banned entity list. Not that they were ever sold in the US anyway.
Officially.
Yeah, not officially anyway, right? They technically didn't have a lot of presence or official presence in the US, but the US basically prevented that before they actually could.
I don't understand.
Now I do. Okay, this is not the first company that's been in the list. You know that, right? Huawei has been in there for some time. Okay,
ZTE
and
as
they
well.
Yes, so they were very, very affected, especially Huawei, in a manner that nobody could understand. We sort of kind of love their devices. We have a love-hate relationship with Huawei. We like their devices, but there's just some things we cannot explain. Or maybe we just don't really like their interface. But they make they make really good devices. They do.
Yeah, and
right? Even
they make good
devices
with, I think the biggest gap is actually just the interface. But other than that, their devices are actually really good. So I think what US is trying to achieve by adding Xiaomi to the list is just another kind of a blow to China's economy, to one of the biggest tech companies in China, actually.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, so that's one way to look at it. And after Huawei has been there for like 1 year, 1.5 years, DJI has been added to the list. Yeah, it's about before we count this year, right? DJI was added into the list for like 3 months ago. Yes, DJI was added into that. Yes, wait, you didn't?
I missed that.
So yes, DJI is now added into that list of companies that's banned in the US, and DJI has actually quite a significant amount of market share, not just in the US, right? Globally. they are the biggest consumer drone makers in the world, technically. They even make professional drones for like video shoots, filmmaking professionals, right?
Not only that, they manufacture drones for the army.
Correct. So this is a very, very big blow for DJI, technically. While DJI's operations is technically not in China, they're technically a Hong Kong company. But yeah, it is now under the US ban list. And then not 6 months after it, we see Xiaomi. Now, Jivan, what do you think how do you think that would impact Xiaomi?
Well, we know one big thing that impacted Huawei when they were added to the list was the fact they couldn't use Google.
Yeah, and that became their Achilles heel.
Yeah, so this is very worrying for Xiaomi devices because while MIUI is good, it still runs on Google mobile services.
Yeah. So, one thing about Huawei when they were in their prime and things like that was because Google was right behind them. That whole ecosystem was right there, and you had the choice of Android within your touch. When Google basically stopped doing business with them because they had to, we don't want to put Huawei in a bad light here, but whenever our friends ask us whether they should buy one, we have to tell them to think twice. Not because they were bad devices.
No, it's just because, okay, both of us generally are the go-to tech people in our circles. And if they get a Huawei device, it becomes our problem how to transfer their data from one phone to another.
Oh,
and it becomes an issue not for them, for us. Yes, so generally, the consensus is don't get a Huawei because it's a headache to transfer your data.
Because we've reviewed Huawei phones and we don't like them, we kind of like them, but we know how much trouble there is to get the data from your old phone, like an Android, to a Huawei, let alone from an iPhone.
So, I think the most recent Huawei device that we reviewed was the Mate 40 Pro.
Oh, yeah.
And when I was using that device, I remember the first day I was like, oh, I'm going to shift all my WhatsApp and contacts to the phone, and then I texted you. I was like, oops, I forgot there's no GMS on this.
So you can't transfer everything from your WhatsApp to that phone unless you copy the data over.
Yeah, which I ended up not doing and using 3 phones while reviewing the Huawei.
Exactly, because it's such a big hassle. Well, we have the option of using a third phone, technically, so that's us. But when it comes to normal users, they don't actually have a choice. And, you know, if you want to use it, you actually have to go and find information for it, and you have to do everything on your own, which is, I think, quite a pain. If not, we have to be the one doing it for you lah.
Yeah, and on top of that, I think Huawei also faced a lot of hassle to create the new Kirin's. So
I think they were great.
So when it comes to Qualcomm dealing with Xiaomi after being added to the ban, I have no idea how they're going to do it, but Xiaomi has a big hurdle in front of them. We have processors, we have software. You don't need to worry about manufacturing because all of that is done in China anyways.
Yeah.
It's just access to the 2 main components.
Yes. So Huawei didn't actually have a lot of these problems because they actually manufacture a lot of their own stuff. Right?
Yep.
So they didn't have that much of an issue to shift back to their own platforms and things like that. And like DJI, this is going to be a problem for Xiaomi because they actually get a lot of parts from the US, like US companies. The sensors that they have, the chips that they have, you know, even the memory module that they have, they come from US entities like Qualcomm.
Yeah, so and on top And on top of that, Xiaomi doesn't have a backup.
Yeah.
Unless they're going to go to Huawei and be like, oh, we'll jump on your Harmony OS. And can you give us your Kirin chips for our phones?
I think that's a very interesting but yet plausible scenario, actually. Because I think Kirin smart chips, well, not Kirin smart chips, I mean Kirin chips are actually good, okay, and they're quite powerful.
They're quite battery efficient.
But yes, they are very. But at the same time, are they going to allow Xiaomi to have something like the Huawei Mate 40 Pro, but at a way cheaper version? They already have Honor doing it, so would they allow Xiaomi to do the same thing and saturate their own market?
And don't forget, Honor just got spun off for that very reason.
Yeah, exactly. So how now?
MediaTek?
And make their phones even cheaper. That would be very interesting. But I think we'll wait for more development on the issue, and we'll come back on the topic when we have slightly more information. Right now, Xiaomi is still continuing their normal operations. They're still selling phones with Qualcomm and Google packed into their phones. We don't know how they will react to this, or we don't actually know how people like Google and Qualcomm will actually react to this, because Microsoft basically, in the case of Huawei, Microsoft basically retaliated and say that nope, we're still doing the business with them, right?
Yeah.
And since the whole permit issue has come out, Intel has come out and said that yeah, they're still going to continue working with Huawei to make their MateBook and whatever notebooks that they are going to make.
Even
so that's good
AMD
news, at
actually.
least. Yeah, exactly.
So we know that there is a light at the end of this tunnel, considering the person that put them on the ban list is set to exit office in 2 days.
Okay, let's not get into that.
So the future is still
another
unknown.
whole. Yeah, we don't know what's gonna happen. We really hope Xiaomi will survive this whole ordeal. We like Xiaomi as a company. We love their phones because they are such great value, and we basically recommend Xiaomi to a lot of people. Last year, I just realized that.
Yeah, the Mi 10T's video capabilities can give Apple a run for its money.
Yeah, and we know how good Apple's iPhone 12 is.
Yeah,
We've seen it in person. Apple, if you're hearing this, we'd like to review, or we'd like to own one of the iPhones. But that's just an info, you know? Next, let's move on to something that also happened very big. Okay, this is usually something that is reserved in February, like towards the end of February. But Samsung jumped the gun today, not today lah, okay, this time. Last week, and basically came to launch the Samsung Galaxy S21 series.
Yeah.
Jivan. Jivan seems very speedless. Jivan, like, we're now doing a video call because obviously it's MCO 2.0, okay? Well, we call that, okay, basically movement control order, or the second lockdown for the pandemic, because Malaysia's numbers has not been encouraging. Okay, so we went back to working from home, and we're on a video call now, and Jivan looked really speechless when I said, oh, Galaxy S21, the S21 series launched.
Yeah. So a lot of the Galaxy S21, for me, I think Samsung has finally hit its stride in differentiating its flagships.
Yes.
And focusing on what matters.
Yes. So we did a rumor roundup for the S21 before. If you haven't heard it, go and hear it. And when we did our research and things like that, the renders were very accurate. They're so accurate. They came out so accurately.
Yeah. But I think the renders don't do any justice to how beautiful the phone looks in person.
Well, at this point, I would say go out and see the phone, but at the same time, please don't go out. I can't say that because please don't go out.
Yes, please stay indoors. It's for your own safety.
Yes, but the phones are amazingly, achingly pretty.
Yeah, so we have the what was
S21.
the name of the S21 in Phantom
Something
Violet.
Purple. Oh, Phantom Violet.
Violet. Yeah,
I just don't know why they have to name phones like that.
So for even when I was writing the article, instead of putting Phantom, I was putting Mystic.
No, that was their last year color scheme.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, okay, Phantom Violet. So we have it in Phantom Violet, which is a signature color for this year. And it looks really, really pretty.
It does. I've seen the phone in person when Jeevan picked it up. Yeah, we were out together for a short while. We're in the same bubble. We're safe, okay?
Yeah.
But yes, it looks very pretty. The violet, Phantom Violet is basically purple, okay?
It's
no
so
fancy names,
pretty.
it's just purple. It's very, very pretty. It's very sleek. It looked like a complete redesign of the S series, but I think that's a good thing. I actually feel that that's a good thing.
And when it comes to feeling, it feels really good in hand. I will give you that.
It's like they went back from the drawing boards and say, hey guys, our S series actually looks very similar for the past 5 years now. Why not we do something different with it now? Yeah, probably about 6 or 7 years actually.
The thing that impresses me the most is the way they've designed the camera. So last year we had issues where the S20's camera was actually cracking because the bump actually propped up the phone. So the way it's designed this year, the phone is pretty much flush with the bump. You have like a 1 or 2 millimeter
less
around there, even on the Ultra.
Yeah, less.
So
it's just like
really,
a normal,
really
very. It's like a very, very out of seam joint, I would say. It's not bad. It's actually quite flush, and I actually think that's the best design decision they could make, because they're not. Are they including cases in the box this time?
No. So in the box, you don't have case. You don't have
a charger also.
Yes. So if you go and see our unboxing, which is on our YouTube and even on our website, it is one of the shortest unboxings ever.
Because there's no wall wart. There's nothing to take out.
There's no headphones either.
Yeah, so the box now is just the phone and some manuals.
There's only one quick guide. They've even cut down on that. So it's one piece of paper.
Okay. So what we've got...
and the USB cable, that's it.
Yeah, so what we've unboxed is the actual retail box. So... Yeah, you're not actually getting much. At the same time, I'm wondering, then why bother with the case at all? Then why bother with the box at all?
They technically could have just given it in a disposable bag.
Correct, and that would be more environmentally friendly.
Yeah, in a paper bag.
I messed that pronunciation up. Environmentally friendly.
Yeah, no, but for me, I don't get the justification that you don't take out your charger from the box, because if you're like us, we have chargers at home, in the car, in the office. And if you don't have a USB hub like us, you would be plugging something in the office.
Yes. Well,
so although we have a million wall warts sitting around, I think majority of us actually still use most of them.
Yeah, but to be fair, we also have been using the chargers that we've had from previous phones because we don't think that we actually needed another charger because we have a million devices, right? So we have to charge a lot of these devices, and we have and we actually buy USB hubs just to charge our phones. In the office, we actually have a 10-port USB hub in the office just to charge all the devices, including our own review devices, right? Sometimes we don't actually take out the chargers from the box that we unbox. So to be fair, in some cases, even in our daily use, we don't actually need the new charger from the box. So I guess it's sort of okay, but I don't think you should say that you're being environmentally friendly. Oh, I said it right this time. For you to not include a charger. I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
But what I think is right is to tell people that you can repurpose your box.
Yeah. No, but at the same time, like the whole thing about being environmentally friendly, you're still producing chargers.
Yeah.
Let's get that out of the way. You're still producing the chargers. You're just producing less because you're not putting it in the box.
Yeah.
But so one thing I give to Samsung, they were bold enough to lower the price of their chargers.
Yes, they did. And that's a good thing. But they technically, by producing less chargers, technically it's a more economical choice for these companies. I don't think it's an environmental consciousness thing. It's actually more of an economic benefit for these companies because they spend less money producing something that people need less of. It's just people want it, but they don't really use it. But still, they make less money because they have to produce something that people don't use or seldom use, kind of thing.
And it also increases the profit margin of the phones.
Yes, and that's why they're cheaper, sort of.
They are cheaper-ish, but at the same time, let's go back to the S21. The whole series actually makes sense this year.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. We've gone past the time limit and we haven't actually talked about S21.
Yeah,
let's quickly get into that.
Yeah, the S21 actually makes sense. So the S21 that we're reviewing is slightly smaller than the Samsung Galaxy S20 Fan Edition. And if you kept up with reviews last year, the Fan Edition was actually the S20 of the year. Everybody loved it.
But the S20 Fan Edition, I feel, has more in common with the Note series than anything else, to be fair.
Yes. But also, when you take a step up, this year, you're getting slightly better camera, slightly larger screen. But
so it starts at 6.2 inch.
Yeah, it starts at 6.2, goes up to 6.7.
And 6.8. 6.8 for the S21
6.8
Ultra.
for the 21. So
Ultra.
the plus is actually just a little bit larger than the S21.
Yes.
Not much difference when it comes to specs. But the S21 Ultra, oh my god, that phone is gorgeous in black.
Yeah, but you can only get it in 2 colors.
Actually, if you're in select countries, you can get even more colors. So they announced 5 colors for the S21 Ultra.
Yeah, but we're living in Malaysia and we only get 2 colors, which is not fair. I'm saying this because I actually want more colors on the Tech flagship
Ultra. Yeah.
Yes.
For me, my favorite color for the S21 Ultra is the Phantom Silver. That phone is not like the silver that we have gotten before. Like, you know how Samsung's Note 20 Ultra was white and silver? it's not shiny in that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's matted, and it feel for a phone that is that large, 6.8-inch screen.
Mm-hmm.
It's the size of the phone is exactly the same as the Plus.
Yep.
You only get like 1 millimeter of extra thickness. That's it for the bigger battery.
Mm-hmm. And the bigger camera bump, obviously.
Yeah, because you have a telescopic space zoom camera with 100x zoom.
Yes, which you totally don't need.
Which you don't need, but you may use more of this year because of their zoom lock feature.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried the zoom lock feature when we had the hands-on.
Okay.
That thing actually stabilizes to the point... You know how shaky my hands are?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can actually take a picture and it's not blurred when it zoom locks at 100x.
Okay.
So zoom lock on the Ultra and the S21 series makes using zoom a little bit more practical. But at the same time, I have to ask, what are you using 100x zoom for?
Exactly. that's going to be my next question. Like, yes, you might use all these zoom features, but you're never gonna get to 100 times. Like, even the S21 and the S21 Plus can do 30 times, 30x space zoom, right? But when are you gonna zoom to 30 times unless you're spying on someone?
Yeah. And if you remember that one session where we had hands-on with the first time we saw any 50 or 30x zoom, the first thing everybody did was zoom into the hotel in front of us.
Yes, and that's not fun, especially if a window is open and someone is doing their private things. Okay?
Exactly.
We don't need to see that unless you're stalking someone, but I promise you don't want to do that, right? It's in Malaysia, that's actually against the law.
Yes,
so
it is.
Please, if you have these phones, please don't do stupid things like that. But
on top of that, they have a lot more camera features, like director view. Director view I actually like it. Mm-hmm. So, what it does is it shows you stills from every camera, every lens that you have on the camera.
Okay.
And you can just click, and it will automatically shift to the lens.
Oh, nice. That's actually quite an interesting feature since they actually brought that one shot thing since last year, right?
Yeah.
From the S20 series last year. And I thought that was a very, very, very clever feature. And moving that one step further into director mode, I think that actually makes this a very good creator device.
Yep.
Is it the ultimate creator's device though?
The Ultra, possibly, because of the S Pen.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. The S Pen is now on the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra as an optional extra.
And there are two S Pens this year.
Mm-hmm.
You have the regular S Pen and you have the S Pen Pro. I haven't really dug into what the difference is. Samsung actually hasn't said anything about the difference between the two. But
we'll find out later.
We will find out. So, and apparently they're making more devices that is compatible with this new S Pens.
Because they don't want the Note to be exclusive to the S Pen anymore. Well.
But okay, my biggest sadness from this is that it's very indicative that the S Pen or the Note series is going bye-bye.
Yes, the S Pen will live on forever without the Note series.
Yeah.
Which is very sad.
It's very sad. Both of us are Note users. And the Note has been a hallmark of it's actually one of the most important part of our work setup. Mm-hmm. So on regular days, we are usually running around, and the only way we get things signed, officiated, and stuff like that is using the Note.
Yep.
And even when it comes to taking notes at conferences, we use our notes more often than not.
Yes. But it's okay. We'll move on past that. The Samsung Galaxy S21 series also comes with 120 Hz display. All of them. And they come with variable refresh rate thing?
Yes.
Technology
Variable
thing?
So the S20 and 20 Plus range from 4 Hz to 120 Hz.
You mean S21 and S21 Plus?
Yeah. S21 and 21 Plus. The screen ranges from 4 Hz to 128 Hz, if I remember correctly. Yes, slightly above the 120. But they are only at full HD.
Okay. What about the S21 Ultra? Because the S21 and the S21 Plus only comes with a full HD plus display.
Yes.
It doesn't come with a Quad HD display, which is what the S21 Ultra has.
The S21 Ultra goes from 1 Hz to 128 Hz. So that's the only difference between the two, resolution and the screen refresh rate.
How low? Right.
But what Samsung told us during the briefing was that this variable screen refresh rate will actually make you have longer battery life.
Yes.
Because it will change from gaming mode to text to your regular phone usage. And it will optimize according to your usage.
Yeah, because when you have a display, you don't technically need it to refresh at 120 Hz all the time. Technically. Yeah. Like stills, you can have 1 Hz. As low as 1 Hz is fine with stills.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah. But if you have moving images, of course, you want it to refresh as fast as you can. Right.
Yeah,
and then
technically, if you're reading, you don't want the refresh rate to be too high.
Yeah, that will hurt you too. You'll get tired very fast. Take it from us. We read a lot on the phone and on the screen. Anyway, the front camera on top of this thing, the S21 Ultra takes front cameras to a whole new level.
40 megapixels.
Yeah. Who needs 40 megapixel for selfie? Oh, wait, no. TikTok. Okay. I got that settled. Fine.
But you have to understand, some people use their selfie camera as mirrors, so they may want to zoom into the fine details of their face.
Use a mirror. It's cheaper. No, really?
Yeah. Yeah. So you have 2 uses for your front camera.
Yeah, but if you want to use it as a mirror, buy a mirror. It's cheaper. Anyway, let's move on past that. All of them come with about the same battery as before. The Ultra comes with a 5,000 mAh battery. The S21 Plus comes with a 4,800 mAh. That's 300 bigger than the previous one.
Yeah.
And the S21 takes 4,000 mAh, which is, I think, the same as the previous one, if I'm not wrong.
4,000? Yeah, it should be the same.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the S21 lineup, guys.
Prices start at 3,699.
That's for the S21. Okay, and
in Malaysia.
And it comes with only one memory configuration, and you cannot add micro SD card to it.
To be very fair, with 256 gigs, if you need a micro SD card, what the hell are you doing with your phone? Exactly.
Yeah, but
I have my Note with 128 gigs. I haven't even filled it up.
Right, same. But anyway, 256 gigabytes is actually not enough if you are a content creator. At least get something like a OneDrive lah, okay? And the phone comes with OneDrive subscription for free for I think a year if you buy one.
Yeah.
If you buy it, I think.
And you have YouTube Premium for I think 3 months if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there you go. So S21 Plus only comes with 256 gigabytes of storage. The S21 Ultra comes with 256 or 512 gigabytes of storage options. How much is the S21 Ultra though?
The S21 Ultra is 5899 if I remember correctly.
Oh, ooh, that hurts.
Yeah, 5899.
That hurts.
But the one thing they didn't mention in the press conference about the Galaxy S21 series is that the S21 and 21 Plus come in 8 plus 256. So it's 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of memory.
Oh,
but
what about
when
the
you go
S21
to
Ultra?
the Ultra, the lower memory one comes with 12 gigabytes of RAM.
Whoa.
The higher memory comes with 16 gigabytes of RAM.
Why?
I do not know. They did not justify this. But it could be that they are expecting people to use the Ultra series like the name says for Ultra purposes.
Yeah,
So,
but even if you use DeX, if you rely on DeX all the time, you don't really need 16 gigs. Do you?
Well, I don't think so. But at the same time, they're looking at the Ultra as being a tech flagship. And we know this about tech flagships. They will always be ridiculously spec'd.
Yeah, so the question now is, do you users need 16 gigs of RAM? Because I feel like we don't need that in a phone unless you're planning to use your phone as your PC device at home too. For that, I think you just need to spend like an extra 100 ringgit for a dock or something like that.
I think like for me, I am on the Note 10 Plus, and that was 8 plus 128. If I remember correctly.
Yep.
And it's working fine. It's on One UI 3.0. No lag. No stuttering. I don't even have a variable refresh rate screen.
I'm on a Note 9, dude.
So, yeah, your Note 9 doesn't even give you problems.
Yeah. I mean, yes, to be fair, the Note 9 does lag a little bit from time to time, but you don't see a lot of that, right? It's because I'm being stupid and I load up everything on it. And I use everything on it all the time.
And
so
you forget that we usually leave our browsers with like 6 million tabs in the background.
Yes, I actually have, let me actually see my phone here. I actually have 52 tabs open right now on Google Chrome alone.
I had 69 yesterday.
Yeah.
So yeah, even with that type of workload, we don't really need 16 gigs of RAM. So if you get the Ultra with 512, congratulations, you have 16 gigs of RAM.
Because you're going to run Premiere Pro on it. Sure.
So the thing is, it's on pre-order pretty much everywhere in the world. Until the end of January.
Yeah, so you still can pre-order yours now, and you'll get your phone somewhere in February. Am I right?
I think you get it on the 29th, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, nice. Before Chinese New Year.
Yes.
So you can show off your new phone to your uncles and aunties. Wait, you can't meet them.
On Zoom.
Oh, Zoom.
So, if you pre-order a S21 or S21 Plus, you get a free pair of Galaxy Buds Live. The Galaxy Tag. I think you get one Galaxy Tag.
Oh yeah,
and
that
your YouTube
tag thing that you can put on your keychain, and if you lose your keys, you can just ping that thing and it'll make a sound or whatever not.
Oh, speaking of, so the only phone equipped with UWB is the 21 Plus and 21 Ultra.
What's UWB?
Ultra wideband. So, with the Galaxy Smart Tags, what this does is that it actually allows you to pinpoint to a very high accuracy where that tag is. And
If
let's
you
say
lost
you're
your
in
keys,
Yeah,
With
if
that,
you're in,
if you lost your keys with that, I don't know what to say to you.
and if you're in the same area as, let's say, your keys, you can actually bring up smart things, and it will show you like an arrow pointing you to where it is.
It's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so the Ultra comes with a free Galaxy Buds Pro, which was also announced with the Galaxy S21 series.
We have not tried that. We'll let you know once we try it.
Yeah, and it comes with, again, the Galaxy Smart Tag and YouTube Premium.
Yeah.
But if you order from any one of the Malaysian carriers or telcos, you get a wireless charging pad Duo free. Oh, no, not Duo.
Oh, that's
Trio.
nice.
On
That's
top
nice.
of all these.
That's actually nice.
And we actually have an article running down all the packages for the Galaxy S21 on the website with the carriers.
Yeah, then you don't need to get an extra charger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You won't need to get extra charger. And you also have quick charging wirelessly.
Yes. So anyway, we have run way past our time limit. Actually, I think we've went past like 15 minutes ish. Yes, I think so. But anyway, thank you for listening. It's good to be back in our first year of podcasting. Not first year, second year of podcasting, second season of Tech and Tonic podcast. It's good to be back. Thank you for you listeners out there. If you can spread the word, that'll be great. We are on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. You can ping us if you want to hear something else from us. Thank you for listening. Do read up on our coverage on CES on our website and more reviews. And we'll see you, or we'll talk to you again next time. You'll listen to us next time. Okay? So me, Darwin, and Jivan.
And Jivan.
Podcast. Yes. Bye-bye.
See ya.